Hey there, friends at YouTube land. This is Christian Turtle. This channel is going to be for Christians and their issues, our issues, so to speak. Things such as evolution or theology, but also there'll be things like such as advice or maybe even discussions about theological matters. So hang in there, hold on to your hats, and let's enter into Christian Turtle land. Today's installment of Christian Turtle Land, I would like to start this series called Snippets of Creation. One of my pet peeves basically is the myth of evolution, and many of us Christians have dealt with the so-called science is settled attitude that there's no refuting of the so-called science of evolution. However, there are numerous creatures out there that just absolutely defy the myth of evolution, one of which is the dwarf hammer orchid. It is truly a very amazing plant that has a unique form of pollination. For starters, the hammer orchid produces a kind of perfume that just is powerful and intoxicating, and it lures in male thinnest wasps. But not only that, there is one of the leaves appears to be like a female thinned wasp, and the male thinned wasps comes across and sees this and smells this female looking part of the flower, and he goes hubba hubba, and then he says a wasp version of ooh la la, let us go to the boudoir and make beautiful music together. And the wasp actually attempts to fly off with this female-looking portion, and there's a hinge mechanism that it flops back and forth and picks up pollen on the other end of the flower. So the wasp finally gives up, and he goes around, does his thing, and then he comes across another one. So he starts all over. Ooh la la, let us go to the boudoir, make beautiful music together. And while on the second one, the hinge action will deposit the pollen onto the female portion of the flower. Now, this tells me not only is God very creative, but he has an astounding sense of humor. If you enjoyed this portion of the Snippets of Creation, please press like and subscribe, and also leave behind some comments, or if you would like, behind some notes of what you would like to talk about. Also, if you really like this, please spread it around and pass it on to your friends. Thank you very much. Oh, one last thing. You can find the information on the Hammer Orchid, plus other interesting things on the descriptions below. You can also use Google to search for more information on the Hammer Orchid.